United States Department of Agriculture estimates that Americans waste between 30 to 40% of the food supply. Our love affair with food and having an abundance of it isn't just happenstance. Once breakfast became lauded as the most important meal of the day, cereal retailers capitalized on the American consumer. Historians recount wild claims about cereal curing everything from malaria to appendicitis. With the advent of television in 1927 would begin direct marketing to consumers using cute mascots appealing to children.
I made it! I snuck off with Coco's cacao beans, which put the chocolatey flavor in Kellogg's Cocoa Krispies and make them good for breakfast and for snacks.
Me, Coco, you lion. That Cocoa Krispies taste like chocolate milkshake.
Only crunchy. Hey, hang on to your Cocoa Krispies and don't give up the ship, neither.
How many of us remember having more than one brand of cereal commercial being targeted at us as an attempt to get us to love and buy more than one box and more than what was needed? Here we see how Kellogg's marketed the variety pack to households and how many of us remember wasting the less popular brands in the pack. Soon it became commonplace to throw food away. Research from 2011 indicated the more affluent the country, the more food that was wasted. Here we see the per capita food loss by geographic regions. These losses occur in the food supply chain by spillage, spoiling during transport, and handling, or waste and damage during final distribution. So in essence, the quantity of food that is wasted is larger than the quantity of food that actually reaches the consumer. According to the USDA, the goal is not to produce more food than needed. If this goal cannot be achieved, we should strive to donate excess food to the citizens who need it, recycle it, or make compost. The least desirable alternative is taking food to local landfills. American consumers buy and prepare more food than is needed, with many people throwing leftovers away instead of properly storing them. So what steps are being taken to curb the food waste problem?
The United States Department of Agriculture and the Environmental Protection Agency jointly announced the first ever national food waste reduction goal of 50% by 2030. This announcement coincided with the meeting of the United Nations General Assembly on Global Sustainable Development Practices. The staggering news is that as a nation, approximately 40% of the food we produce never gets eaten. We throw out the equivalent of more than 35 million tons of food a year. On average, each of us throws out 1/2 pound or more of food a day, every day, and it adds up. If you have been trying unsuccessfully to save money and want to find the easiest way to capture that money, change how you buy and store your food. According to research done by food expert Dana Gunders, the average American family throws out the equivalent of $2,225 worth of food every year. Consider this too, when you throw away food, it's not just the food that gets tossed, but also the finite natural resources such as water, soil, and fossil fuel consumed to grow the food and transport the food from the farm to the grocery store and cart it later as trash to the municipal landfill or incinerator. And also the food waste that goes to our landfills and incinerators emits greenhouse gases that contribute to pollution and climate change. So that's the bad news. The good news is that every one of us can contribute and benefit from solving America's food waste challenge. Here are simple tips to take action, save money, and sustain our planet. Eat what is in your refrigerator and freezer before buying more food. Buy only the food you need. If you go for the buy one, get one free promotions for perishable food, vacuum seal, freeze, or can the extra food so it remains edible. Eat leftovers. The internet is filled with recipes for leftover food. Don't toss food just because the best by date has passed. Let your nose and taste buds be your guide, not the date on the packaging. Compost food scraps for your garden. And make every day Thanksgiving. If you find you have unopened, canned, or dry food you don't plan to eat, donate it. The food pantry's suggested foods include cereal, canned meat and tuna, canned soup, pasta and rice, canned or dried beans, and peanut butter. Every one of us can make a difference. Please, let's work together to achieve the 2030 goal of reducing America's food waste by 50% ahead of schedule. The sooner we conserve how we produce and consume our food, the more effectively we can sustain our planet and secure our children's future. The best way to predict the future is to create it.
In 2020, residents of Larchmont and Mamaroneck were able to divert 73.2 tons of food scraps. But perhaps our next goal for 2021 should be reducing food waste. Beth Ratto is a real estate lawyer, professor of sustainability, and a member of Love Your Food, which raises awareness about reducing food waste in the town of Mamaroneck, village of Mamaroneck, and village of Larchmont.
I think that when people think about food waste, the initial thought is it's on its way to the garbage. I would flip it around. When we waste food, it's any food that we purchase and we don't consume. And then, as I mentioned, when you get into people's homes, we do waste a considerable amount of food because we may not shop as efficiently, we may not store our food as efficiently, we may not eat leftovers, etc.
Please understand that grocery retailers are deliberate in their approach to get you to spend. The layout of the store is not accidental. They appeal to your sense of smell and sight to lure you into the store. The produce section is typically near the front for visual appeal. And have you ever noticed that the bread and eggs are always at the rear of the store, so you have to go into the abyss, never to return, with just those basic items? Meal planning saves time and waste because you're developing a plan for the week. A simple 7-day notebook will do. The key is to plan the menu, identify the ingredients you already have, make your purchases in advance, and then when you get home, do the necessary prep work to get you ready for preparing your meals effortlessly. Here we see how 2 different families tackle our grocery shopping challenge. Each family has been given $25 to purchase groceries for a family of 4. We asked them to develop 5 meals and not to exceed their $25. So sit back and let the games begin. Hey, we've got our first family. Meet Courtney, Zoe, and Braylon. Hey, welcome to the challenge. Hey, there's nothing like family pasta night, and I can see on their menu that one of their meals is going to be their favorite spaghetti sauce, and then they're going to find some spaghetti noodles. So I think that knocks out meal number 1. Next, they pick up rice, which is always a nice staple item. Okay, let's see where they're going after they pick that rice up. I think the next thing they're going to get is a can of tomatoes. Way to go, Zoe, to let Braylon help. Now we're at the meat counter, and they're going to get a pound of ground turkey. Hey, I get it, Braylon. Supermarkets are really cold. Hey, a woman after my own heart, a dozen of the brown eggs, followed by some deli turkey. I believe that's sliced turkey. Hey Zoe, I see you're keeping us on track. Hey Braylon, that's a mean split. Next, we're gonna get some fresh salmon fillets. Way to go. Great pricing. Hey, we're following you, Braylon. Well, we're in the produce section now, and so what I see us gathering now for a meal is a head of cabbage. We're also going to pick out a white onion. We're also going to get some lettuce. We have the whole leaves, so that's really a great time-saving purchase. Okay, let's see. Next, we are at the dairy section and we're buying some provolone cheese. I see that we're ringing everything up and we're going to see that our grand total comes to $23.94. Way to go. Okay, let's review our menu. Meal number one was a taco rice skillet. We're using the ground turkey, rice, and tomatoes. Meal two, egg bites. Gotta try that. Meal three, spaghetti with pasta sauce. Meal four, salmon and cabbage. And meal five, turkey wraps, all for $23.94. Impressive.
Hey guys, it's Brittany. I'm headed to Kroger and I plan to share with you guys my budget meal plan. So I'm going to spend just $25 on 5 meals for a family of 4. First stop is bread. Bread's always nice because you can use bread for multiple different meals. Get some lettuce. I'm going to use lettuce for some BLTs for lunch one day. Here I have an onion, which we can use the onion for multiple different meals. We have chicken quesadillas and Italian sausage this week that we're going to be using in the blend. Alright, so we're still here in the vegetable aisle, getting some peppers and tomatoes that we can use for multiple different meals again. We only need 1 onion or tomato, so I'm going to go for the 1 tomato for 99 cents. Alright, so next we're going to get some broccoli because who doesn't love broccoli with all their meals, right? And getting about a pound. Usually I like to get red potatoes, but the Idaho potatoes are on sale this week, so that's what we're going with. Sometimes that's just what you have to do to meal budget. So far, we've only spent about $8. Pretty good. So rice is always a good choice. It's inexpensive, it's good, and it's in the meal plan this week because my husband can literally eat rice with every meal. So normally these tortillas are $3.19. This week Kroger has them on sale 10 for 10. So that's what we're going with. And in the Smith household, every Tuesday is Taco Tuesday because that's what my daughter says. All right, so for one meal, we're gonna do kielbasa sausage, smoked sausage. It's on sale for $2 this week. All right, so we're going with the Smithfield's bacon on sale this week for $4.99, and we can use this for 2 meals. We're going to do BLTs with half of it, and then we're also going to do breakfast for 1 meal with the other half. So, not bad. Gotta have cheese for chicken quesadillas. We do Mexican style. Obviously, you don't have to do Mexican style. You can do more of a mild blend or sharp cheddar or sliced cheese, whatever you prefer. But we prefer shredded cheese. 99 cents today for eggs. Carton, I always like to make sure that none are broken. It's a yucky mess. Alright, so we're going to use eggs for breakfast one morning. We're going to do eggs, toast, and bacon. Alright guys, so we have finished our shopping trip at Kroger. I was able to get 5 meals for a family of 4 for $25. I will start by, we got chicken, broccoli, and rice for one dinner. We did the Italian sausage, potatoes, onion, and peppers. One night we're doing chicken quesadillas, tortillas, and then we can also use the onion and half of the onion and pepper for this meal as well. We have a breakfast. We're going to do toast, eggs, and bacon, and then we can utilize the bacon for a lunch meal. We're going to do BLTs, so bacon, lettuce, and tomato, and then we can also reuse the other part of the bread. So that is how you meal prep shop. So it's hard to believe that you can get all these meals, 5 meals for $25. So at checkout, my total ended up being like $24.92 or something after my coupons that I used. I love Kroger. They're my best friend. Alright guys, I just got back in the car from putting the groceries away. So one reason why I really love Kroger is because they have, select different foods each week. They have their 10 for 10 sales. They have this little Kroger Plus card that I use. This guy. That saves a lot. And then they also have fuel points, which is awesome. And click lists. So if you're like me and you have young kids and life is busy, they're in sports, you work, they have homework, you can just click list it, go pick it up, and they'll put it right in your trunk. So yeah. I challenge you to go to the grocery, buy a week's worth of food for your family, and try to spend $25. Try it out.
gentlemen.
Ladies and mothers.
Ladies and mothers. This is a shopping basket. Its purpose is to be filled with good food to keep the family healthy and happy.
So Mother fills it with vegetables, 'cause they taste good and are full of vitamins.
Uh-huh. And with meat, because it tastes good and it's full of vitamins and protein. Uh-huh. And with sugar jets, because they taste delicious and give you vitamins and protein, too.
They're crunchy as ice cream cones.
Uh-huh. And they're just sweet enough.
Grand for breakfast.
And fun for snacks.
Helps you grow up.
And feel good. Sugar Jets are real food. The triple treat of sugar-toasted oats and wheat. So jet up with Sugar Jets. They make you feel jet propelled.